marvel, the Ancient One comes to the door, will he sound the thunder to keep him alive? Chapter 71. The Right Choice. One day, news came from the martial arts world that a mysterious master had appeared, claiming to unify the martial arts and quell the disputes in the martial arts world. Known as the King of Martial Arts, he conquered many martial arts sects with his powerful force and ruthless methods, which is terrifying. Lin Feng heard about this and decided to stand up and fight for justice. He embarked on a journey to find King Wu, traveling between rivers and lakes, looking for clues. Along the way, he met like-minded friends and faced various dangers together. During Lin Feng's exploration, he met a mysterious and beautiful woman named Qiu Shui. Qiu Shui is mysterious and ruthless, but he seems to be harboring an unknown secret. Lin Feng had doubts about her, but he also felt her loneliness and helplessness. Lin Feng and Qiu Shui jointly tracked King Wu's whereabouts, and after going through many difficulties and dangers, they finally arrived at the place where King Wu was hiding. In a fierce battle, they fell into a trap set by King Wu, and their lives were on the line. Facing King Wu's violent attack, Lin Feng fought hard and was not afraid of dangers. He transformed into a gust of wind, danced with his sword, and launched a thrilling martial arts battle with King Wu. Heroes in the world also came to help and jointly fought against King Wu. The battle is becoming more and more fierce, the smoke is filled, and life and death are on the verge of death. At this time, Qiu Shui also revealed her true identity. She turned out to be King Wu's sister, and she had revenge in mind. Lin Feng was caught between internal and external attacks and faced a difficult choice. The swords gleamed and sword shadows flew. Lin Feng faced King Wu without retreating at all. He concentrated his energy and made fierce sword moves. King Wu was not to be outdone, and his internal strength flourished. The two fought inextricably, sometimes with fierce attacks, and sometimes avoiding the truth. Lin Feng, do you think you can stop me? The martial arts world is about to fall into my hands. King Wu roared, with madness and desire flashing in his eyes. Lin Feng sneered, a strong man is nothing more than that. Do you think the world is yours? I don't think so. Suddenly, Qiu Shui rushed towards Lin Feng and shot him with a vicious hidden weapon. Lin Feng turned sideways, wondering in his heart, Qiu Shui, what on earth do you want to do? Conflict and pain flashed in Qiu Shui's eyes. Lin Feng, I'm sorry, I had no choice but to do it. Lin Feng felt the struggle in her eyes, but he had no time to care about it at the moment. He had to go all out to face King Wu. The battle between the two became fierce again. For a moment, the sword energy was flowing freely and the internal energy was surging. At this moment, a mysterious man appeared in the distance, holding a dark iron heavy sword and walking hurriedly. He looked at Lin Feng and Qiu Shui, with complicated expressions in his eyes. This battle is really exciting, the mysterious man said with a sneer on his lips. His appearance makes the whole situation more confusing. Lin Feng stared at him warily. Who are you? Why are you showing up now? The mysterious man smiled. I am a bystander watching the battle, and I am interested in your battle. Stop talking nonsense. Lin Feng shouted angrily and rushed towards him with his sword. At the same time, King Wu's offensive became more violent, while Qiu Shui swayed secretly, as if hesitating for something. Lin Feng Liang has no trace in awe-inspiring sword aura. Facing the mysterious man's attack, he showed his ultimate swordsmanship. As the two of them fought, their swords clashed, their swords shining brightly and their shadows flowing. The mysterious man smiled even more. Young man, your swordsmanship is good, but you are still far from good. Lin Feng responded calmly, humility makes people progress, and it also allows you to see my true strength. He instantly used the blazing sun traceless skill, and the sword light was as hot as the blazing sun, making the mysterious man feel oppressed in an instant. The battle between the two was fierce and the scene was thrilling. From a distance, Qiu Shui peered at the battle, his eyes becoming more complicated. She took a deep breath and seemed to have made some kind of decision. At the same time, King Wu suddenly burst out with more powerful power and transformed into a black shadow at an incredible speed. His attack was like a storm, surrounded by dangers, and he struggled to resist it. Lin Feng, you are no match for me after all. King Wu smiled ferociously, and his moves became even more ruthless. Lin Feng was not discouraged, and his sword skills became even sharper. Firmness and determination flashed in his eyes. King Wu, I will never surrender to you. The battle continued, with the three of them going back and forth, the shadows of swords flashing, and the sound of violent collisions constantly ringing out. The entire world seemed to be trembling with excitement from this fierce battle. Liang Wuhan's sword skills danced in the air in an instant, quickly countering King Wu's fierce attack. He realized that this battle had reached a stalemate, and the decisive moment concerning victory or defeat was about to come. "None of you can stop me," King Wu roared, and the power surging in his body became even more violent. He seems to have lost his mind and is driven solely by instinct. Lin Feng noticed something unusual about King Wu. This is not a normal martial skill. He seems to have been affected by some external force. The mysterious man smiled half-heartedly. "Smart, but all you can do now is just speculation." At the same time, Qiu Shui's expression became conflicted, as she seemed to be weighing the pros and cons. Suddenly, she took a few steps back and stood far away, no longer participating in the battle. "Qiu Shui, what are you doing?" Lin Feng was a little confused, but he didn't have time to think too much and had to go all out to deal with King Wu's offensive. King Wu's power became more and more powerful, and Lin Feng felt unprecedented pressure. But the fire of battle kindled in his heart, and his sword dance burned like fire. The mysterious man looked at this scene and sneered, "The world is so big, there are endless adventures. I'm afraid you knights can't escape the entanglement of fate." Lin Feng responded calmly, "I chose the path myself, how can fate influence me?" Lin Feng felt that his internal strength was about to be exhausted, and King Wu's offensive became more and more fierce. He gritted his teeth and refused to give up. "Lin Feng, you are nothing more than that, let's see how long you can hold on." King Wu mocked, every blow seemed to break Lin Feng's persistence. Suddenly, a brilliant sword light flashed across like a meteor, hitting King Wu and forcing him to retreat temporarily. Lin Feng's eyes widened and he looked at the new swordsman. "Who?" His heart was filled with shock and gratitude. The swordsman is handsome and tall, with sword-like eyebrows and starry eyes. He smiled and said, "Lin Feng, keep at it and don't give up. I'll help you." The two of them joined forces to fight against King Wu, and the scene fell into a fierce tug-of-war. Lin Feng sensed the extraordinary strength of the new swordsman. They cooperated tacitly and gradually gained the upper hand. King Wu was forced into a desperate situation, and he roared, "This is impossible. There is no way I can lose to you." Lin Feng looked at King Wu and said calmly, "King Wu, you still have a choice. Let go of your hatred and obsession." King Wu fell into brief contemplation, but his anger prevented him from making a wise choice. He launched another crazy attack, rushing towards Lin Feng and the swordsman desperately. The light of the sword, the shadow of the sword, and the internal force are intertwined into an extremely intense picture. At the moment of life and death, fate was reversed, and the fate of the world once again set off a storm in this battle. Lin Feng's sword dance became more and more exquisite, and he seemed to have realized something. His heart was as calm as water, his sword moves were smooth, and his fighting spirit was high. Lin Feng's swordsmanship drove King Wu to a desperate situation. He suddenly found that the flash in King Wu's eyes was no longer madness, but a trace of regret and helplessness. "King Wu, your revenge will only make you sink. It's better to let go of your hatred and return to the right path." Lin Feng tried to influence King Wu. King Wu trembled his lips with difficulty, as if struggling. He murmured softly, I don't know if I can turn back." Lin Feng's eyes were deep. "Everyone has a choice, you can choose to let go." Suddenly, sword light flashed, and a swordsman in black appeared in front of Lin Feng. He said calmly, "King Wu has no choice anymore, this is his fate." Lin Feng relentlessly blocked the black-clothed swordsman's attack and said calmly, "Destiny is created by people, King Wu can change it. You think it's too simple?" The swordsman in black said coldly. At the same time, Qiu Shui suddenly joined the battle. With a stern face and fast and sharp swordsmanship, she chose to support Lin Feng and fight alongside them. King Wu was surrounded by three men, and the situation was extremely unfavorable to him. He was extremely tangled in his heart, as if there was a fierce battle between his inner demons and his conscience. Lin Feng said coldly, "King Wu, if you insist on the wrong path, you will eventually lose everything." King Wu gritted his teeth, conflict flashed in his eyes, and there was intense friction in his heart. The sword in his hand trembled, hesitating. The wind howled, and King Wu faced a fateful choice. Lin Feng's sword dance is flying, the sword energy is surging, Qiu Shui's sword skills are extremely fierce, and the swordsman in black is sinister and vicious. Put down the butcher's knife and become a Buddha immediately. Lin Feng's voice was calm and powerful. King Wu suddenly struggled and fell to his knees, and the sword in his hand fell aside. His body trembled, as if trying to control the anger in his heart. Let go of hatred, there is still a glimmer of hope. Qiu Shuai said in a cold voice. The swordsman in black said coldly, you still have illusions about him. Wulin grievances are never easily settled. There was conflict in King Wu's eyes, as if he was struggling, but the hatred in his heart was not easy to let go. Suddenly, the strong wind became more violent, making everyone's clothes rustle. This sudden strong wind seemed to symbolize something. In troubled times, the swordsman is the most respected. The swordsman in black said sternly, raising the sword in his hand to attack again. Lin Feng sneered, your choice cannot change my belief. In the strong wind, Lin Feng's sword dance became even more frenzied, and the sword glowed like a dragon, piercing the night sky. The swordsmanship of Qiu Shuai and Lin Feng merged into one, and they cooperated tacitly to fight against the swordsman in black. Lin Feng, don't be soft-hearted, the hatred in King Wu's heart is already too deep. The swordsman in black said in a cold voice. The sword dance in the forest wind became more and more sharp. King Wu, choose your own path. King Wu's face showed pain and helplessness, and he seemed to be caught in a spiritual battle. In this precarious battle, every sword move may determine the fate of Jianghu. The wind and rain were raging, and Lin Feng faced King Wu's inner struggle and was quite conflicted. Suddenly, a woman in yellow clothes appeared in the distance. Her eyes were like lightning and her expression was firm. Lin Feng, your choice determines the future of Jianghu, but no matter what, you must have your own beliefs. The voice of the woman in yellow was clear and firm. Lin Feng said sadly, I understand, I just don't want to see more living beings fall into endless hatred. The woman in yellow smiled slightly, hatred requires the courage to let go. This is the real brave man. At the same time, King Wu suddenly raised his head, his eyes flashing with confusion and pain. He seemed to be tortured by an inner battle. King Wu, time waits for no one, don't let your heart sink. Lin Feng spoke firmly, trying to awaken the kindness in King Wu's heart. King Wu trembled and fell into deep thought. He knew that this moment determined the fate of his life, and his face was full of contradictions. Sword moves intertwined, internal forces collided, and the battle became more intense. This is a battle concerning the fate of the world, and it is also a test of everyone's inner beliefs. The woman in yellow is independent in the wind and rain. She watches this battle and knows that the future of Jianghu depends on this moment. How the fate of Lin Feng, King Wu and Qiu Shuai will evolve will all be revealed on this stormy night. In the wind and rain, Lin Feng's swordsmanship became more and more exquisite, and his internal power swirled, showing unparalleled courage. He looked at King Wu and said firmly, King Wu, no matter how many sins you have committed in the past, you can decide to change now. King Wu seemed to be deep in thought as his eyes shuttled between Lin Feng, the woman in yellow and Qiu Shuai. Finally, he sighed and put down the weapon in his hand. Maybe I really should let it go. King Wu said this with difficulty, and the pain and confusion on his face was moving. You made a right choice. Lin Feng's voice was gentle. He stretched out his hand and helped King Wu up. Qiu Shuai looked at this scene with complicated emotions in her heart. The woman in yellow walked slowly towards him, smiled and said to King Wu, put down your hatred, there is still a blue sky waiting for you. King Wu sat down slumped, knowing that this turning point in his life would change everything about him. Lin Feng turned to the woman in yellow and expressed his gratitude, thank you for your wisdom and support. The woman in yellow smiled calmly, Jianghu is a complicated world. It is my mission to help a person go on the right path. Lin Feng is grateful and knows that this experience will be engraved in his heart. The world of martial arts is always full of tests, but it also has the power to change destiny. After the wind and rain dispersed, Lin Feng stood on the shore of Jianghu town, staring at the dawn that was gradually appearing on the horizon in the distance. He was restless in his heart, always eager to break through his own limits and perfect his swordsmanship. While he was thinking, an elderly man in Xing Yi with a high hat came slowly over. This elder's name is Yi Jin, a legendary figure in the martial arts world who is well versed in the art of internal strength. Lin Feng, I heard that you want to break through the sword, have you ever thought about Yi Jin? The elder's tone was calm, but also revealed profound wisdom. Chapter 72. Mystery. Lin Feng said happily, of course I am willing. The I Ching Jing has a profound inheritance. If I can practice it one or two, I will definitely be able to break through my bottleneck. I Ching smiled. Okay, but the I Ching Jing is extensive and profound and requires sufficient perseverance and wisdom. Are you willing to embark on the path of cultivation together? Lin Feng said without hesitation, yes. As a result, Lin Feng and I Ching began arduous and profound training. The secret of I Ching Jing is to tap into the human body's potential and strengthen bones, tendons, and meridians. After years of accumulation, practitioners can reach the state of perfect human body. Lin Feng practiced hard every day, and his strength gradually increased, and every muscle and bone seemed to be trembling. Under the careful guidance of the elders, he gradually gained insight into the mysteries of the I Ching Jing. Lin Feng, you should know that practicing the I Ching Jing is not only to strengthen your body, but also to maintain a peaceful mind. Wisdom and courage are also crucial. I Ching taught. Lin Feng understood the truth. He knew that this was not only the practice of swordsmanship, but also the exploration of the realm of life. The sword comes not only from the hand, but also from the heart. As the days passed quietly in practice, Lin Feng's swordsmanship became more perfect, both internally and externally, and he gradually became a leader in the martial arts. This experience of practicing the I Ching Jing made Lin Feng better understand the true meaning of martial arts, and also created his unique and superb swordsmanship. He knows that this is not the end, but a new starting point. On the road of rivers and lakes, there are endless adventures and challenges waiting for him in the future. Lin Feng was grateful and saluted I Ching. Thank you, Elder, for your careful teachings. I will never forget the virtues of my mentor. I Ching nodded and smiled. You have mastered the essence of I Ching Jing, now you should spread your wings and expand your martial arts. Lin Feng pondered for a moment, clasped his fists and said, I want to walk in the rivers and lakes, use my body as a sword, and look for more opportunities to practice. Maybe I can understand the deeper meaning of the sword. I Ching nodded approvingly. Walking around the world and seeing the world is the way to practice. But remember to have good thoughts in your heart and don't do evil. Morality comes first. Lin Feng solemnly agreed, I will remember the teachings of my elders, stick to the right path, and not go astray. Afterwards, he packed up his equipment, put his sword box on his back, said goodbye to I Ching, and embarked on a new journey. He is full of longing and looking forward to future exploration. Walking in the rivers and lakes, he met various characters, including kind-hearted heroes, insidious and cunning people, and also like-minded friends. Every encounter is a test of swordsmanship and wisdom. One day, he met a warrior named Bai Yun. Bai Yun smiled warmly and said, I heard that you, Grandmaster I Ching Jing, can we have a battle and learn from each other? Lin Feng readily agreed, and the two began a fierce sparring, with their sword moves erratic, like dancing white clouds. Lin Feng benefited a lot from this competition, and he experienced the mystery of Bai Yun's swordsmanship. Bai Yun pointed at Lin Feng's chest and said with a smile, You are already proficient in swordsmanship, but you still need to continue to explore and maximize your swordsmanship. Lin Feng had a deep understanding and said with emotion, The vastness of the world has countless mysteries. I am willing to continue to explore and improve my swordsmanship. After this competition, Lin Feng's mood became more and more enlightened. He knew that the world was full of unknowns and possibilities, and he was willing to always pursue a higher martial arts realm. Along the way, he will encounter more challenges and meet more like-minded partners, creating a legend for him. Lin Feng walks among the rivers and lakes, with the sword in his hand and his heart like a tiger in the forest. He walked against the wind and moved forward bravely. Every step he took was to hone his sword skills and challenge the limits. One day, he came to a dense mountain forest. There are strange peaks and steep cliffs, lush vegetation, and a strong martial arts atmosphere among the rocks. Suddenly, a fierce tiger roar echoed through the valley, shaking the heaven and earth. Lin Feng perked up and knew that this was an excellent opportunity for practice. So, he ran towards the direction of the tiger's roar. As he shuttled through the mountains and forests, he felt a strong energy, as if a tiger beast was restless in it. After climbing over the steep mountain, he suddenly saw a wild mountain tiger roaring towards him. This is the beginning of a life and death battle. Lin Feng's heart was like shui. Facing the tiger's attack, he used his unique swordsmanship to turn the attack into defense. His sword flashed and he kept dealing with the tiger. Tiger roaring sword technique. Lin Feng shouted, his sword moves were like a galloping tiger, the sword was sharp and powerful. The tiger roared ferociously, and its attack became more fierce. Lin was surrounded by dangers, but he remained steadfast and maintained control of the battle situation at all times. The sword intention is like a tiger, and the state of mind is like a mountain. Lin Feng thought silently in his heart, trying to understand the mystery contained in the sword technique. During the fierce battle, he gradually found a breakthrough to break the tiger's offensive. He quickly counterattacked and hit the tiger with a precise sword move, knocking it back. The tiger was exhausted and seemed to realize Lin Feng's power, bowing his head and retreating. This battle brought Lin Feng's understanding of swordsmanship to a higher level. Lin Feng said to himself, "The heart is like a tiger standing in the forest, and the sword skill is like a tiger soaring into the sky. This is the true way of a swordsman." Lin Feng wandered among the mountains and forests. This ancient and mysterious place was full of unknowns. Suddenly, a figure floated over and turned into an old warrior. "Young man, your swordsmanship is quite interesting. Did you know that this is a 1,000-year-old sword mountain?" the old man asked with a smile. Lin Feng's heart moved. 1,000-year-old ancient sword mountain is the legendary secret realm of swordsmanship, which contains countless precious swordsmanship inheritances. He bowed and responded, "This junior is just walking in the mountains, but I don't know that this is a 1,000-year-old sword mountain. It is a great honor to be helped by an elder." The old man nodded. "You have the courage to break into this mountain range, which means you have the determination to challenge yourself. Come, I will show you the wonders of this swordsmanship." The two walked through the mountains and forests together and came to the entrance of a deep cave. The cave entrance exudes an ancient and mysterious atmosphere. In this cave, there are 360 sword moves, each of which is the inheritance of Gujian Mountain. If you can master one of them, you can become the heir of Gujian Mountain. The old man said seriously. Lin Feng was shocked, and he decided to enter the cave and start arduous training. Each sword move gave him endless insights, and each practice made his sword skills more refined. This sword move is like a swallow returning to its nest, simple and fast. Lin Feng said to himself, the sword in his hand danced like a swallow flying back and forth. The old man encouraged, "Yes, you understood quickly. The inheritance of Gujian Mountain requires talented swordsmen." Lin Feng keeps practicing and comprehending. As time passed, he felt that his swordsmanship had reached a new level. The old man smiled broadly, "You have mastered the 72 sword moves and are qualified to become the successor of the ancient sword mountain." Lin Feng's heart was surging. "Elder, I am willing to become the successor of Gujian Mountain and pass on this swordsmanship." The old man nodded, "You have obtained the true inheritance of Gujian Mountain. In the future, you will be a new star in the world of swordsmanship." Lin Feng nodded firmly, knowing that this was a new starting point for his sword practice. He will continue to move forward and face more challenges and explorations. Lin Feng understood the true teachings of swordsmanship from Gu Jianshan, but there was still a blank in his heart, an unfinished desire. He heard legends in the world that there is a Jade Girl's Heart Sutra that contains endless wonders and the essence of spiritual swordsmanship. Deciding to find this handed-down book, Lin Feng embarked on a new journey. Crossing mountains, rivers, lakes and seas, experiencing wind, frost, rain and snow, he never forgets his original intention. In an ancient temple, he met a fairy-like woman. Her name is Mingyao. She has beautiful appearance and noble behavior. I heard that she is the successor of the Heart Sutra and has practiced the mental methods of the Jade Girl Heart Sutra. Lin Feng sincerely asked her for advice. "May I ask, Senior, where is the way to practice the Jade Girl Heart Sutra?" Mingyao smiled and said, "The Jade Girl's Heart Sutra is not taught lightly, it depends on fate. If you have this intention, you can follow me." She led Lin Feng into the depths of the temple, where it was quiet. An ancient painting depicts the key to practicing the Jade Girl Heart Sutra. Mingyao explained gently, "To practice the Jade Girl's Heart Sutra, you need to have a heart as clear as a mirror, as clear as jade. The heart method is divided into two levels, inner and outer. One is to calm the heart, and the other is to enlighten the heart with the sword. You can try to internalize it." Lin Feng followed the instructions, closed his eyes and meditated, trying to understand the mystery of the Jade Girl's Heart Sutra. After a few days, he gradually realized a secret. Mingyao smiled, "Yes, you have initially understood the mental method. The mental method of swordsmanship has a sudden enlightenment, which requires understanding rather than deliberateness." In the process of understanding, Lin Feng was extremely grateful to Mingyao. "Thank you for your guidance, Senior. I will continue to work hard." Mingyao looked at him deeply. Young man, you need to go through many vicissitudes on the road to swordsmanship. The Jade Girl's Heart Sutra is a guide. When practicing swordsmanship, you must be true to your heart, and your state of mind comes first. Lin Feng nodded solemnly. Remember the teachings of our predecessors. As time went by, he embarked on a long road of swordsmanship, and with the guidance of the Jade Girl's Heart Sutra in mind, he looked forward to more wonderful swordsmanship and understanding of the state of mind. Lin Feng continued his sword practice, keeping in mind the mystery of the Jade Girl's Heart Sutra. He traveled across mountains and rivers, visited famous teachers and masters, and constantly searched for the true meaning of kendo. One day, he heard that a mysterious elder who lived in seclusion in the mountains might be the grandmaster of the Jade Girl Heart Sutra. Without hesitation, he set foot on the road to the deep mountains. Deep in the forest, he found the mysterious elder. The elder has white hair and a solemn aura, as if he has blended into the mountains and forests. Lin Feng said respectfully, "Sir, I heard that you know the Jade Girl Heart Sutra, so I came here to ask for advice." The elder smiled and nodded. "Young man, the Jade Girl's Heart Sutra is extraordinary and requires sufficient wisdom and inner insight." Lin Feng said solemnly, "Elder, please teach me some of the true meanings of the Heart Sutra. I am willing to accept your teachings with an open mind." The elder said slowly, "The Jade Girl Heart Sutra requires practitioners to have a heart like jade, clean and crystal clear. Jade is not stained by dust, and the heart is free from distracting thoughts." Lin Feng pondered for a long time and finally realized, the heart is like jade, without distracting thoughts. This may be the true meaning of the Jade Girl's Heart Sutra. The elder smiled. "Yes, you understood it quickly. But the way of the Jade Girl's Heart Sutra is more mysterious. It needs to be understood by oneself and cannot be bound by others." Lin Feng once again lamented the profound wisdom of the elder. The elder's teachings are deeply remembered. I will continue to practice and continue to understand the mystery of the mind. The elder put aside his worries. He knew that Lin Feng was a young man who was determined to practice Taoism, and he looked forward to his future growth. "May you continue to move forward on the path of swordsmanship and achieve extraordinary things." The elder's voice was full of blessings and expectations. Lin Fengxian continued to wander among the rivers and lakes with his love and exploration of kendo. He is eager to break through himself and become a martial arts legend. By chance, he learned about the legend of a mysterious treasure. This treasure is called the Crystal of the Sword Heart and is said to contain the ancient true meaning of swordsmanship. He couldn't wait to embark on a journey to find the Crystal of the Sword Heart. Unexpectedly, the journey was extremely difficult and full of dangers. In the vast mountains and forests, he met a master of Zhulongmen, known as Iron Fist Zhang Feilong. He is a martial arts wizard who attaches equal importance to swordsmanship and boxing. Lin Feng asked Zhang Feilong for advice. "Senior, I heard that you are good at swordsmanship and boxing. Can you teach me some martial arts experience?" Zhang Feilong nodded. "Okay, I think you are also interested in Taoism, so I will teach you a trick and see how much you can understand." He showed Lin Feng a unique set of sword and fist moves. Lin Feng accepted it humbly and asked for details from time to time. This set of boxing and sword is integrated into one, capable of both offense and defense, but it requires a heart-like sure sway and must be understood with heart. Zhang Feilong said deeply. Under the guidance of Zhang Feilong, Lin Feng practiced repeatedly and realized the mystery of the integration of boxing and sword. This not only improved his swordsmanship, but also expanded his understanding of martial arts. His gratitude was beyond words, and Lin Feng bowed deeply to Zhang Feilong. "Thank you, senior, for your careful teachings. The younger generation has benefited a lot." Zhang Feilong smiled and patted his shoulder. "Young man, if you are determined to follow the Tao, there is more than one way to practice. I hope you can make a breakthrough in the Crystal of Sword Heart." Lin Feng was full of confidence, and he continued to move forward, harboring the desire for the Crystal of Sword Heart. He understood that this was the ultimate goal of his practice. The Crystal of the Sword Heart will be the key to his becoming a master of swordsmanship. Top of Form. Chapter 73. Dream. Lin Feng discovered a self-service photo shop in a bustling shopping mall. The store's signboard reads, "Beautiful Moment Selfie Shop." Lin Feng was attracted. He had been interested in photography since he was a child, but had never had the opportunity to study it in depth. Now, this self-service photo shop seems to provide him with an opportunity to realize his dream. Lin Feng stepped into the selfie studio and felt a comfortable warmth. The decoration in the store is unique, and various photo props and background walls are neatly placed, attracting his attention. Behind the counter, a young female shopkeeper is greeting customers with a smile. The shop owner's name is Yang Sini. She is a passionate and creative young person. She founded this self-service photo shop, hoping to provide people with a place to record beautiful moments. Yang Sini likes photography and watching every customer leave happy memories in her store. When Lin Feng approached the counter, Yang Sini noticed him immediately. She smiled and asked, "Is this your first time here?" Lin Feng nodded and replied shyly, "Yes, I am very interested in photography, but I have never had the opportunity to learn it." Yang Sini smiled and handed him a brochure with various photo packages and prices written on it. "Don't worry, we offer a variety of photo packages here, you can choose according to your preferences." Lin Feng looked through the brochure and found that there were photography packages in various styles, including fashion, retro, romance, etc. What attracted him most was a package called Discover Yourself, which included some challenging themes and props and looked very interesting. He finally chose this package and then entered a room filled with various shooting props and lighting equipment. Under the guidance of Yang Sini, he began his self-portrait journey. Although he was a little unfamiliar at first, Lin Feng quickly found his own feeling. He played with the props to his heart's content, struck various poses, and was captured in the camera with a bright smile. Yang Sini has been filming nearby, her eyes full of appreciation and encouragement. She knows that photography is not only a record of moments, but also a way of expressing emotions and thoughts. As the selfie ended, Lin Feng returned to the counter and looked at the photo Yang Sini printed out for him. He felt a sense of satisfaction and achievement, and he realized that photography was not only an art, but also a way of expressing himself. Lin Feng became a loyal customer of the Beautiful Moment Selfie Studio. He often came here not only to take photos, but also to exchange knowledge and experience about photography with Yang Sini. His photography skills continued to improve, and his works gradually became popular. The friendship between Yang Sini and Lin Feng gradually deepened. They shared each other's dreams and goals, and experienced various challenges and difficulties in life together. They became indispensable partners in each other's lives. With the help of the Beautiful Moments Selfie Studio, Lin Feng gradually realized his dream. He became a popular photographer, photographing many beautiful moments and recording people's stories. The cooperation between Lin Feng and Yang Sini became more and more closely, and they began to plan a series of photography projects, attracting more people to cooperate. One of the projects is time travel, where they create a time travel scene in the studio, allowing customers to wear clothes from different eras, as if they have traveled back in time. One day, a young lady named Dong Yilin walked into the Beautiful Moment Selfie Studio. She is an antique shop owner with a special liking for retro style. She hopes to take a series of vintage-style photos to showcase her antique store merchandise. Dong Yilin and Lin Feng were sitting in the studio, discussing the theme and props of the shoot. Lin Feng proposed some innovative ideas, Dong Yilin also actively participated, and their cooperation became more and more tacit. During the filming process, Dong Yilin gradually let go of her usual rigor and restraint, and began to show her inner passion and personality. Yang Sini was filming from the side, and she found that Dong Yilin's smile became brighter in front of the camera, as if she had found her true self. She whispered to Lin Feng, "This set of photos will be very special because they capture Dong Yilin's soul." Lin Feng nodded, he was deeply inspired by this project. He began to think that photography is not only a technology, but also an art that connects people's hearts. After the shooting, Dong Yilin said with emotion, "Thank you, this shooting allowed me to find myself again." The reputation of the Beautiful Moment Selfie Studio quickly spread throughout the city, and more people came here to find the beautiful moments deep in their hearts. Lin Feng and Yang Sini also continue to improve their photography skills, create more photography projects, and constantly challenge their creative limits. In a free moment, Lin Feng and Yang Sini were sitting in the coffee corner of the store, drinking coffee and talking about future plans. Lin Feng said, "I think we can try some more challenging projects to allow our customers to deeply experience their inner world." Yang Sini nodded in agreement, "Yes, I also have some new ideas. We can introduce some themes about dreams and adventures, so that people can find the courage to pursue their dreams in the process of taking selfies." Lin Feng and Yang Sini began to think about how to push the art of selfies to a higher level. One night, they sat down in the photo booth area of the store and watched the customers having fun there. Lin Feng watched a couple graffiti and put stickers on a sticker-covered photo, and suddenly he was inspired. He said to young Cindy, "Have you ever thought about improving photo stickers into a more artistic form of expression? It's not just stickers and graffiti, but you can also add some photographic elements." Young Cindy opened her eyes wide and felt excited. "This idea is great. We can create a new type of photo sticker experience, allowing people to find more creativity and fun in it." So, Lin Feng and Yang Cindy started planning a new photo sticker project. They introduced a variety of backgrounds, costumes and props, allowing customers to transform into various characters in their photo albums, from ancient emperors to future astronauts, from the age of dinosaurs to outer space. Clients were very excited about this new project and showed off their creativity in the photo posts, creating countless interesting photos. Lin Feng and Yang Cindy not only took photos, but also recorded the laughter and joy of their customers. This new project quickly spread on social media, attracting more people to come and experience it. One day, a girl named Zheng Ximin came to the Beautiful Moment selfie studio. She had always dreamed of becoming an artist, but lacked self-confidence. Lin Feng and Yang Cindy invited her to try a new photo sticker project. Zheng Ximin traveled through different eras and scenes in the studio, and each transformation allowed her to find a new self. In the photo, she transformed into a brave explorer, an ancient nobleman, and a future scientist. When she saw her picture, her eyes sparkled with confidence and pride. She said to Lin Feng and Yang Cindy, "Thank you, this experience has allowed me to find my own courage, and I will work hard to pursue my dreams." Lin Feng and Yang Cindy smiled and encouraged her. They knew that this was exactly what they had been pursuing, to let people find their own beautiful moments and show their inner strength and creativity. Lin Feng and Yang Cindy are exploring the possibilities of selfie art more and more deeply. They decided to launch a brand new project that combines photo stickers with virtual reality. They installed advanced virtual reality equipment in the studio, allowing customers to enter different virtual worlds in their photo albums. One sunny afternoon, a young lady named Lina brought her son Xiao Ming to the Beautiful Moment selfie studio. Xiao Ming is a kid who is passionate about science fiction. He hopes to take a set of photos related to outer space. Lin Feng and Yang Cindy led Lina and Xiao Ming into the virtual reality studio. There, they wore VR helmets and instantly entered the virtual world of the spacecraft. Xiao Ming's eyes lit up, and he seemed to be in the universe, with stars and planets twinkling around him. Chapter 74. Unique. Lina looked at her son's expression and felt very satisfied. She told Lin Feng, "Thank you, this experience is priceless," to Xiao Ming, who has always dreamed of becoming an astronaut. In the virtual world, Xiao Ming and his mother explored the spaceship together and took a set of impressive photo albums. These photos are not only memories, but also inspire Xiao Ming to pursue his dreams. Back in the studio, Xiao Ming happily talked about his virtual space adventure. Lin Feng and Yang Cindy smiled and shared the joy of photography with him and encouraged him to pursue his dream. Li Na said with emotion, "You not only left us with beautiful moments, but also allowed us to find the strength deep within ourselves." Lin Feng and Yang Cindy decided to further improve their services so that more people can enjoy the Beauty Moment selfie gallery. They began to provide a special service, providing a variety of exquisite costumes, makeup and props for free, making it easier for customers to transform into their dream characters during filming. One day, a group of children from a local child welfare agency were taken to the Beautiful Moments selfie studio. These kids come from all backgrounds, and most of them have never had the opportunity to experience this kind of creative photography fun. Lin Feng and Yang Cindy warmly welcomed the children and provided them with various costumes and props. The children couldn't wait to put on various costumes and transform into superheroes, fairies, pirates, and explorers. Their laughter filled the entire studio. Xiao Ming, the child who once left beautiful memories in virtual space, once again came to the Beautiful Moments selfie gallery. He is now wearing a spacesuit, like a real astronaut. He shouted excitedly while filming, as if he was really flying to the stars. Yang Cindy and Lin Feng happily recorded these moments, and they saw the children's eyes filled with infinite hope and joy. This special shooting project not only brought happiness to the children, but also allowed them to find their inner self-confidence. Lin Feng and Yang Cindy's Beautiful Moments selfie gallery has become increasingly popular, attracting customers from all ages and backgrounds. They realize that to meet the needs of different people, they need to constantly introduce new products and provide more choices. As a result, they began to expand the types of costumes and props, introducing more styles and styles. They have set up a studio to design and produce all kinds of clothing, from classic to modern, from retro to future, everything is available. One day, a young couple walked into the Beautiful Moments selfie gallery. They planned to celebrate their first anniversary. The boy's name is Xiaoming and the girl's name is Xiaoshui. They wanted to take a set of romantic photos to record this special day. Lin Feng and Yang Xini warmly welcomed Xiaoming and Xiaoshui and showed off their latest costumes and props. Xiaoming chose a classic black suit, while Xiaoshui put on an exquisite white dress. In the studio, Xiaoming and Xiaoshui transformed into an eye-catching couple. They posed in front of different backgrounds, showing their deep love. Yang Xini recorded every sweet moment with her camera. After the shooting, Xiaoming and Xiaoshui looked at the photos with emotion in their eyes. Xiaoming said, "These photos really capture our love and happiness." Xiaoshui added, "Thank you, this anniversary will be something we will never forget." Lin Feng and Yang Xini smiled, knowing that their efforts were successful. Not only do they provide a wide variety of styles, they also capture the beautiful moments in people's lives, allowing them to leave precious memories. Lin Feng and Yang Xini continue to work on enriching their services to ensure that every customer can find their own special moment in the Beautiful Moments selfie gallery. In order to provide more choices, they decided to introduce a new element, wigs. One day, a young man named Wang Lei came to the Beautiful Moments selfie studio. Wang Lei's hair has been thinning since he was a child, which has always made him feel lacking in self-confidence. He dreams of taking a set of confident photos, but has always been worried that his hairstyle will affect the effect. Lin Feng saw Wang Lei's uneasiness, so he took the initiative to walk over and said, "Did you know? We have just introduced a wig service. You can choose a hairstyle that suits you, so that you can be confident when shooting." Wang Lei was so pleasantly surprised that he agreed to give it a try. In the costume and props area, he selected a stylish wig and put it on his head. When he saw himself in the mirror, his expression immediately became confident and happy. In the studio, Wang Lei posed in various confident and playful poses, and Yang Xini recorded every moment with her camera. Wang Lei smiled calmly, as if he had discovered the strength deep within himself. After the shooting, Wang Lei looked at the photos and said happily, "Thank you, this shooting not only helped me find my confidence, but also made me understand that beauty is diverse." Lin Feng and Yang Xini are passionate about different styles of photography, especially retro style. They decided to incorporate this style into more projects in the selfie studio to meet the needs of customers who like retro style. One day, a couple named Zhang Yu and Wang Li came to the Beautiful Moment selfie studio. They are fans of retro style, especially the 1950s style. They wanted a vintage-style photo shoot to commemorate their wedding anniversary. Lin Feng and Yang Xini welcomed them very much and specially prepared a series of costumes and props suitable for retro themes for them. Zhang Yu chose a typical retro suit from the 1950s, while Wang Li put on a gorgeous retro dress. In the studio, they were taken back to the atmosphere of the 1950s. The background scenery and lighting effects were carefully designed, as if they had traveled back to that era. Zhang Yu and Wang Li danced a slow dance, and Yang Xini captured the elegance of each movement. After the shooting, the couple looked at the photos happily. Wang Li said, "These photos make me feel like we have returned to that special era." "Thank you." Zhang Yu added, "This is the best gift for our wedding anniversary." Lin Feng and Yang Xini happily shared their joy. They knew that their efforts were not only to provide costumes and props, but also to allow people to return to their favorite era and find their innermost emotions and memories. Lin Feng and Yang Xini continued to innovate. In order to meet the diverse needs of customers, they decided to expand the types of accessories. They have set up an exquisite accessories area in the Beautiful Moments selfie gallery, providing various types of accessories, from earrings and necklaces to hats and gloves. One day, a woman named Yang Lin walked into the Beautiful Moments selfie studio. She planned to take a group of fashionable photos to commemorate her birthday. She likes different styles of accessories and hopes to show her unique taste in the shoot. Lin Feng and Yang Xini welcomed Yang Lin and showed her various types of accessories. Yang Lin picked out some exquisite necklaces, earrings and bracelets, and then put on a fashionable hat. Her outfits and accessories speak volumes about her personality and style. In the studio, Yang Lin posed in various confident poses, and Yang Xini recorded her fashionable style with the camera. Yang Lin's smile was bright. She seemed like a model on the cover of a fashion magazine. After the filming, young Lin felt very satisfied. She said, "These photos capture my style perfectly, thank you." Lin Feng responded, "We are happy to meet your needs, everyone has their own unique style and taste." Lin Feng and Yang Sini continue to improve the services of the selfie studio to provide more attractive advantages. They decided to launch a membership program that would allow members to enjoy more discounts and unique experiences. One day, a young man named Lu Jian came to the selfie studio. He is a loyal customer of the selfie studio and chooses a different style to take photos every time. Lin Feng told him about the new membership plan and invited him to join. Lu Jian was very happy and said, "This sounds great. I often come here to take pictures, and now with the membership plan, I can enjoy the fun of taking pictures more cost-effectively." As a result, Lu Jiancheng became the first member of the Beautiful Moment Selfie Gallery. He enjoyed discounts and special membership events, as well as the opportunity to book photography times in advance to ensure he could shoot according to his schedule. Lin Feng and Yang Sini took a set of exquisite photos of Lu Jian, showing his different styles and personalities. He looked at the photos with satisfaction and felt that the shooting was very worthwhile. Lu Jian said to Lin Feng and Yang Sini, "Thank you for your membership plan. I feel very satisfied. I have already planned the next photo shoot. This will be the first time in my membership career." Lin Feng responded with a smile, "We are very happy that you like our service and look forward to meeting you again next time." Lin Feng and Yang Sini's Beautiful Moments Selfie Gallery continues to attract a variety of customers, but they are also beginning to feel growing competitive pressure. To maintain their uniqueness, they decided to introduce a new service, personalized photo editing. One day, a young man named Zhang Kai came to the Beautiful Moment Selfie Studio. He is a photography enthusiast who dreams of taking a series of impressive portraits. After taking some photos, he made a request to Lin Feng and Yang Sini. Zhang Kai said, "I want to make these photos more unique. Can you help me make some personalized edits to make them more in line with my creativity?" Lin Feng and Yang Sini accepted the challenge, and together they discussed Zhang Kai's ideas and wishes. They then used professional editing software to modify the photos, adding special effects, color adjustments, and other personalized elements. Chapter 75. New Image. When Zhang Kai saw the edited photos, he was very excited. "This completely exceeded my expectations. Thank you, these photos truly reflect my vision and creativity." Lin Feng responded with a smile, "We are happy to meet our customers' needs, no matter how unique their ideas are." Lin Feng and Yang Sini decided to introduce the Vitality style into a series of services in the Beautiful Moment Selfie Studio to attract more customers who like lively and cute styles. They began offering customers a choice of Genki-style costumes, props, and backgrounds. One day, a couple named Li Ming and Wang Feng came to the selfie studio. They wanted to take a series of vibrant and happy photos to celebrate their first anniversary. Li Ming and Wang Feng are both energetic people who are passionate about life. Lin Feng and Yang Sini welcomed them and provided them with a series of Yuanqi-style costumes and props. Li Ming chose a bright rainbow-colored outfit, while Wang Feng donned a cute animal-eared hat. In the studio, they jumped, laughed and made faces, fully demonstrating their vitality. Yang Sini captured every moment with her camera, and their smiles and happiness were beyond words. After the shooting, Li Ming said, "These photos are really great. They perfectly express our happiness and vitality." Wang Feng added, "Thank you, this anniversary will be something we will never forget." Lam Feng and Yang Sini's Beautiful Moments Selfie Studio is becoming increasingly popular, with customers recommending it to friends and family. They gradually expanded their business, but also began to feel that they needed more help to meet customer needs. One day, when Lin Feng and Yang Sini were busy serving customers, a young woman named Xiaoli entered the selfie studio. Her eyes were attracted by the photos on the wall and the unique style. She said to Yang Sini, "I heard that this place has the best photo-taking experience. I also want to try it." Yang Sini welcomed her with a smile, "Welcome to the Beautiful Moment Selfie Gallery. We will try our best to meet your needs. Please tell us your thoughts and preferences." Xiaoli said, "I want to take a group of fashionable photos, but I'm not sure how to choose the costumes and props." Lin Feng came over and suggested, "If you are not sure, we can provide you with a professional stylist who can help you choose clothing and accessories based on your personality and style." Xiaoli nodded and accepted the suggestion. Soon after, a stylist joined them and helped Xiaoli choose a stylish outfit complete with exquisite accessories. After Xiaoli put it on, her confidence and beauty were immediately revealed. In the studio, Xiaoli posed in various confident poses, and Yang Xini recorded her fashionable style with the camera. Xiaoli felt very happy and said to Lin Feng and Yang Xini, "Thank you for your professional advice and enthusiastic service. This is really an unforgettable experience." Lin Feng responded, "We have always been committed to providing customers with the best photography experience and hope you are satisfied." Lin Feng and Yang Xini are always looking for ways to add more unique elements to the Beautiful Moments selfie gallery. They decided to provide flowers inside the venue to add romance and life to the shoot. One day, a young couple, Li Jun and Li Wan, came to the Beautiful Moment selfie studio and planned to take a set of romantic photos to celebrate their wedding anniversary. Li Jun brought a bouquet of exquisite flowers and wanted to share this special moment with his wife in the photo. After Lin Feng saw the flowers, he welcomed them and said, "Your flowers will make a great addition to your photos. We will make sure to capture the romance between you." Li Wan was very moved and said, "These flowers mean a lot, they represent our love and commitment." In the studio, the romantic moment of Li Jun and Li Wan was frozen. The presence of flowers made every photo full of warmth and romance. Yang Xini used her camera to record the moment when they fell in love with each other. After the shooting, Li Jun and Li Wan looked at the photos with emotion in their eyes. Li Jun said, "These photos really express our love, thank you." Lin Feng responded with a smile, "We are very happy to create this beautiful moment for you." Lin Feng and Yang Xini's Beautiful Moment selfie studio continues to evolve, and in order to cater to more customers with different tastes, they have introduced candy-colored style costumes and props. One day, a young woman named Chen Shui came to the selfie studio. She is a fashion lover who likes candy-colored styles, and she wanted to take a series of colorful photos to show her personality and hobbies. Lin Feng and Yang Xini greeted her, offering her a range of candy-colored costume and prop options. Chen Shui excitedly picked a pink dress and paired it with some cute candy-colored accessories, such as a headband and necklace. In the studio, Chen Shui posed in various lively and cute poses, and Yang Xini captured her candy-colored style with her camera. Every photo is filled with vivid color and energy. After the shooting, Chen Shui said happily, "This is really the shooting experience I have dreamed of. The photos show my love for candy colors." Lin Feng responded, "We are very happy that you are satisfied. Everyone has their own unique style and we hope to be able to realize it for you." Lin Feng and Yang Xini's Beautiful Moments selfie studio continues to maintain a unique position in the market, and their service and creativity continue to attract new customers. In order to provide more diverse choices, they decided to introduce a new concept, theme sets. One day, a young mother named Lu Chen came to the selfie studio with her adorable one-year-old son Jack. She wanted to take a group of family photos to cherish this precious moment forever. Lu Chen heard that the Beautiful Moment selfie studio provided themed packages, and she was very interested. Lin Feng and Yang Xini told her that they had a theme package called Fairy Tale Wonderland, which was suitable for taking mother-child photos. Lu Chen excitedly agreed, and she and Jack put on dreamy fairy tale costumes and prepared to start shooting. In the fairy tale studio, Lu Chen and Jack were attracted by the dreamy atmosphere created. Yang Xini captures the happy and intimate moments of mother and son. Each photo is like a page from a fairy tale. After the filming, Lu Chen felt very satisfied. She said, "This is the best day of my life and the photos will be my precious memories." Lin Feng responded with a smile, "We are very happy to help you create this special moment. It is our honor." Lin Feng and Yang Xini's Beautiful Moment selfie studio is getting busier and busier with more and more customers coming looking for their unique shooting experience. In order to meet different needs, they decided to provide services suitable for their own makeup. One day, a young woman named Yang Qing made an appointment for the photography service of the selfie studio. She is a makeup enthusiast who wants to show off her unique makeup and fashion style. She discussed her makeup wishes with Lin Feng and Yang Xini before the shoot. Yang Qing said, "I want to take a group of photos that can highlight my makeup and fashion style. Can you help me achieve it?" Lin Feng and Yang Xini were so willing to meet her needs that they brought in a professional makeup artist. Yang Qing's makeup is unique and emphasizes her personality and confidence. In the studio, Yang Qing posed in various confident poses, and her makeup perfectly matched the costumes and props. Yang Xini recorded her fashionable makeup and style on camera. After the shooting, Yang Qing looked at the photos and was very satisfied. She said, "These photos truly reflect my makeup and fashion style. Thank you for your professional service." Lin Feng responded, "We are happy to help you show your personality and style. Everyone has their own unique beauty." Continuously looking for innovative ways to attract more customers, Lin Feng and Yang Xini decided to introduce a face-changing service to meet the needs of those who wish to change their appearance. One day, a young man named Wang Jun came to the Beautiful Moment selfie studio. He has always been dissatisfied with his hairstyle and wanted to change it in order to find a new image. Wang Jun discussed his wishes with Lin Feng and Yang Xini. Wang Jun said, "I've always wanted to change my hairstyle, but I didn't know where to start. Can you help me find a new image that suits me?" Lin Feng suggested that he change his hairstyle and provided him with some pictures of different hairstyles. They also chose Wang Jun's clothing and accessories to perfectly match his new hairstyle. In the studio, Wang Jun underwent a hair transformation, and Yang Xini recorded the process. Finally, his new image appeared in front of the camera, and he looked brand new. Wang Jun was very satisfied. He said, "This transformation has really changed my appearance. Thank you for your professional advice and service." Lin Feng responded, "We are happy to help you find a new image that suits you. You look really good." Lin Feng and Yang Xini's selfie studios continue to attract customers with different needs, and they are always looking for new ways to provide more choices. In order to meet the needs of some special customers, they decided to introduce a new service, full body painting. One day, an art lover named Li Lin came to the selfie studio. She hopes to showcase her unique art of body paint in the shoot. Li Lin discussed her creativity and ideas with Lin Feng and Yang Xini. Li Lin said, "I want to show my full body paint in the photo, which is very important to me. Can you help me achieve it?" Lin Feng and Yang Xini readily agreed, and they arranged for a professional painting artist to help Li Lin realize her creativity. Li Lin chose an outfit and accessories before the shoot that would perfectly blend with her paintwork. In the studio, the painting artist painted Li Lin's whole body with brilliant colors and patterns, making her look like a work of art. Yang Xini recorded this unique moment with her camera. Chapter 76. Uncertain Customers. After the shooting, Li Lin was very excited. She said, "This is the photography experience I have dreamed of. Thank you for your professional service." Lin Feng responded, "We are happy to help you realize your creativity. Everyone has their own unique beauty and art." Lin Feng and Yang Xini continue to introduce new services to the Beautiful Moment selfie gallery. Recently, they decided to introduce the option of tattoo stickers to attract those who want to try tattoos but are not sure yet. One day, a young man named Li Hao came to the selfie studio. He had always been interested in tattoos, but he had not yet had the courage to get a permanent tattoo on himself. Li Hao discussed his ideas with Lin Feng and Yang Xini. Li Hao said, "I've always wanted to try tattooing, but I'm not sure if it's suitable for me. Can you help me find a suitable tattoo sticker?" Lin Feng and Yang Xini readily agreed, and they provided Li Hao with a series of tattoo stickers to choose from, including different patterns and sizes. Li Hao chose a unique tattoo sticker that suited his style. In the studio, Li Hao applied the tattoo of his choice and then struck various cool poses. Yang Xini used a camera to record the moment when he showed off his tattoo. After the shooting, Li Hao was very satisfied. He said, "This experience helped me understand tattoos better. Thank you for your professional service." Lin Feng responded, "We are happy to help you try new things. Everyone has their own style and interests." The innovative services of Beautiful Moment Selfie Studio continue to attract more customers and create more personalized shooting experiences for customers. Lin Feng and Yang Xini are committed to continuously expanding their service areas. Recently, they decided to introduce a new service, special effects makeup. This service is designed to allow customers to experience different looks without permanent changes. One day, a young woman named Wang Zi came to the selfie studio. She had always dreamed of traveling through different eras and styles, but she did not want to really change her appearance. Wang Zi discussed her idea with Lin Feng and Yang Xini. Wang Zi said, "I want to experience different appearances, like traveling through different eras and styles, but I don't want to make permanent changes. Can you help me achieve that?" Lin Feng and Yang Xini came up with the concept of special effects makeup, as well as a series of different appearance options. Wang Zi chose special effects makeup with a romantic retro style to fulfill her wish. In the dressing room, the special effects makeup artist turned Wang Zi into a retro woman who traveled back in time. She put on a vintage-inspired outfit and headed to the studio. Yang Xini used her camera to record Wang Zi's moments in retro style. Wang Zi looked at her photos and felt as if she had traveled through time. She felt very satisfied. She told Lin Feng and Yang Xini, "This is an experience I have dreamed of. Thank you for your professional service. I feel like I have gone back in time." Lin Feng responded, "We are happy to help you realize your wishes. Everyone has their own unique beauty and dreams. The spring day is long, the spring breeze is blowing, the earth is rejuvenated, and all the flowers are blooming." Lin Feng, a young and open-minded young man, embarked on a spring trip with curiosity and exploration about the world. In this season full of hope and vitality, Lin Feng carried his luggage and embarked on a journey alone. His destination is a mysterious and beautiful valley. He heard that the sea of flowers there is gorgeous and the clear springs gurgling in the mountains. He hopes that this trip will bring him new inspiration in life and allow him to find the voice deep in his soul. Walking on the spring trails, Lin Feng feels the vitality of nature, and the air is filled with the fresh fragrance of flowers. He walked through the sea of flowers and saw all kinds of flowers blooming in Madara's colorful colors. This world seems to be a painter's palette, and Lin Feng is enjoying this natural feast in it. He met a girl named Lu Jimin. She was the guide of the valley and was familiar with every corner of this area. Lu Jimin enthusiastically invited Lin Feng to explore this mysterious valley together. The two became fast friends and enjoyed the wonderful scenery of the valley together. In the spring valley, a pool of clear water is embedded in it. The catkins flying by the lake are like dancing elves, floating gently and intoxicatingly. Lin Feng and Lu Jimin sat by the lake, enjoying the pleasant time and listening to the singing of catkins. They continued forward and climbed to the top of the mountain. Looking down from the top of the mountain, the valley in spring presents an intoxicating scene. Hundreds of flowers are blooming in the valley, and various colors are intertwined together, like a magnificent picture. Lu Jimin introduced Lin Feng to the special flowers and plants in the valley, making him feel the wonder and mystery of nature. This journey made Lin Feng feel the beauty of spring and the vitality of life. He experienced the wonder and depth of nature, and found his own inner tranquility and peace. This trip not only broadened his horizons, but also enriched his mind. Moving forward, Lin Feng and Lu Jimin arrived deep in the valley. The scenery here is even more charming. On a lush green grassland, dense willow trees form a forest, like waves of green waves. Lin Feng was pleasantly surprised to find that new buds had sprouted on the branches of the willow tree, and the green leaves were swaying in the sun. "Look, the willow trees are starting to sprout, and this grassland has become more beautiful," Lin Feng said excitedly. Lu Jimin smiled and nodded. Yes, spring is a magical season, when everything revives and is full of vitality. The new buds of the willow trees are the messengers of spring. They tell us that a new life is beginning. They walked among the willow trees. Lu Jimin explained many mysteries and growth patterns of willow trees, and Lin Feng listened with interest. Suddenly, they heard the melodious music of the piano. "Who is playing the piano?" Lin Feng asked curiously. Lu Jimin pointed to a young artist playing beautiful piano music under a big willow tree in the distance. His music conveys deep emotions and makes people intoxicated. The artist is a frequent visitor to this valley, and he uses music to express his love for nature, Yu Jimin said. Lin Feng walked towards the artist, and they chatted about music, art and life. The artist's name was Li Mingming, and he introduced Lin Feng to his musical path and his understanding of nature. They quickly became close friends and exchanged their unique understandings of art and life with each other. "I believe that art is the expression of the soul, and nature is the greatest artist. We should listen to the voice of nature, understand its artistic conception, and then convey this understanding through music, so that more people can feel the beauty of nature." "Beautiful and wonderful," Li Mingming said. Lin Feng deeply agreed. "You are right, nature is the most wonderful work of art. We should cherish and inherit this beauty." They continued to talk, sharing each other's love for art and life. Lin Feng expressed his feelings about this trip. The meaning becomes clearer. Lu Jimin looked up at the blue sky and white clouds, and said with a smile, "Spring is really a magical season, when everything revives, whether it is plants or animals, they are all welcoming the arrival of new life." Lin Feng also sighed. "Yes, it is miracles like this that make us feel the wonder of life." Under the guidance of Lu Jimin, they came to a stream in the forest. The stream gurgled, the breeze blew, and the leaves swayed happily. By the stream, a group of small animals were playing, full of childlike interest and vitality. Lin Feng pointed at the group of small animals and said with a smile, "They are so cute, and their vitality is contagious." Lu Jimin responded with a smile, "Yes, these little animals are also messengers of spring, conveying the vitality and joy of life." Just as they were enjoying the harmonious moment, a melodious singing sound suddenly came from the distance. They followed the sound and found a girl singing with a clear and beautiful voice. "Hello, your singing voice is beautiful." Lin Feng stepped forward and greeted her. The girl thanked them with a smile and introduced herself as Shuer. She is a singer who loves music. She said that most of her musical inspiration comes from the natural scenery and life around her. "Spring is my creative season. The beauty of nature always inspires me and allows me to create more wonderful music," Shuer said. Lin Feng admires her musical concept very much. "You are right, nature is the most beautiful source of inspiration." They continued to move forward along the path deep in the valley, and suddenly their eyes lit up. A gorgeous sea of peach blossoms appeared in front of them. The peach blossoms were like clouds and the fragrance was fragrant. "The peach blossoms are blooming. It's such a beautiful scene, intoxicating." Lin Feng sighed. Lu Jimin smiled and said, "Peach blossoms are the messengers of spring. They tell us that spring is coming and life is blooming again here." Shuer also joined excitedly. "This sea of flowers is really a good source of inspiration for creation. I must stay and write a song to express this beauty." Li Mingming stroked the peach tree and sighed, "Although peach blossoms are beautiful, they are also short-lived. This is also the wonder of life, short but brilliant." They wandered in the sea of peach blossoms and enjoyed the wonderful time of spring. Lin Feng took out his camera and took pictures of this beautiful scene to record the beauty of this sea of peach blossoms. Walking out of the sea of peach blossoms, they came to an ancient temple. The temple is surrounded by ancient peach trees, and the atmosphere is sacred and solemn. This temple has a long history and has witnessed the faith and piety of many people, Ryu Jimin explained. They walked into the temple and smelled the scent of incense candles. The Buddha statues in the temple looked solemn and solemn. Shuer said softly, "The tranquility here makes me feel inner peace, and I think music can also convey this feeling." Li Mingming echoed, "Yes, music is an expression of the soul and can convey inner peace and wisdom." They left the temple and continued walking along the mountain path. Soon, they came to a lake. The lake water is sparkling, like a green gem inlaid in the valley. Chapter 77. Clear and transparent. The lake is really such a beautiful scenery. Lin Feng sighed. Lu Jimin pointed to the lake and said, "The lake is the soul of this valley, it brings vitality and harmony here." Shuer said happily, "I want to write this beautiful lake scene into my song, so that more people can feel this tranquility and freshness." Li Mingming stroked the strings and played a melodious melody, as if the sound of the lake was singing. He said, "The lake has its own melody, a movement given by nature." They sat by the lake, chatting and enjoying the beautiful scenery of the lake. Lin Feng suddenly discovered a group of swimming fish in the lake. They were tumbling and playing in the water, full of vitality. "Look, those swimming fish are so happy. They also feel the beauty of spring," Lin Feng said with a smile. Lu Jimin looked at the swimming fish and said softly, "They are also messengers of spring, conveying the vitality and happiness of life." Cher took out her guitar and played a cheerful melody, as if dancing with the fish. She smiled and said, "Music brings us closer to nature and feels its pulse and rhythm." They spent a pleasant time by the lake, each feeling and expressing their love for this beautiful nature in their own way. This trip is not only a journey of discovery, but also a unique experience of life and art. By the lake, there was a small boat moored quietly, waiting for their adventure. Lin Feng looked at the boat and said with a smile, "Why don't we row out of the lake and see the whole lake?" Li Mingming nodded in agreement, "What a great idea! The beautiful scenery of the lake will definitely impress us." Lu Jimin also said excitedly, "Boating is a relaxing and enjoyable way. Let's ride the wind and waves and swim on the lake." So they boarded the boat together and the boat rowed gently towards the lake. The lake water is clear, and occasionally small fish jump out of the water and make beautiful splashes. Cher put down her guitar, and as the boat rocked, she began to sing a light song. As the boat sailed to the middle of the lake, her singing echoed on the lake, like the sound of nature. This feeling is really great, Lin Feng said with a smile. Ryu Jimin also added excitedly, the coolness and breeze brought by the lake make people feel the comfort and pleasantness of spring. They rode to continue exploring the beautiful scenery of the lake and discovered a small island in the middle of the lake. The flowers and plants on the island are blooming, and the colorful butterflies are dancing. Lin Feng stopped rowing, and everyone walked onto the island, immersed in the fragrance of flowers and the embrace of nature. This is simply the home of the flower fairy, Lin Feng exclaimed. Li Mingming said with emotion, the beauty of spring lies in such flowers, each one has its own unique beauty and fragrance. They strolled on the island and enjoyed the paradise-like beauty. This boating trip allowed them to experience the wonder of nature and the diversity of life more deeply. During this spring journey, each of them received their own unique revelations and experiences. They had a wonderful time on the island and decided to have a simple and pleasant picnic in this pleasant place. I brought some fruits and snacks, let's share them together. Lin Feng took out a basket full of food and said with a smile. Yu Jimin also took out the food he prepared, this is a sandwich specially made by me. I hope everyone will like it. Cher also made her own contribution, some fresh salads and juices. Li Mingming played lively music, adding a lot of color to the picnic. Everyone sat around on the grass and enjoyed delicious food and cheerful music. The lake breeze blew gently, and smiles filled everyone's faces. This is really a wonderful moment, Ryu Jimin said. Cher smiled and echoed, yes, it feels so good to share this wonderful time with friends. Lin Feng looked at the surrounding scenery, feeling the tranquility of the lakeside and the joy of picnicking, and said, this reminds me of my childhood and the good times I spent with my family. Li Mingming continued, music, nature and friendship, this is the true meaning of life. After the picnic, the sky began to glow with an orange sunset. Lin Feng suggested that everyone play some games together to enrich this beautiful day. Let's play a guessing game, Yu Jimin suggested. Everyone nodded, and Lin Feng said excitedly, what a great idea. Let me give you an answer first. He began to describe the answer. This thing can be used to record every moment in life, or it can be a way to express yourself. It can be paper or digital. Guess what it is? Cher smiled and replied, is it a diary? Yes. You guessed it right. You come up with the next one, Lin Feng said happily. Cher thought for a while and said, sometimes this thing is a secret, sometimes it is a dream. People often say to pursue it, and they often say to let it go. Guess what? Li Mingming thought for a moment and said, is it happiness? That's right. Happiness can be a secret or a dream. Come up with the next answer, Cher responded. In this way, they played a guessing game, and laughter and joy echoed along the lakeside. Each round of the game allows them to understand each other better and feel the warmth and joy of friendship. As it got darker, they decided to pack up and prepare to return. Lin Feng summed up the day by saying, today's experience made me understand that the best times in life are often hidden in simple things and beautiful moments. When it was getting late, they decided to take a group photo by the lake to keep this beautiful memory. Who's going to take pictures? Lin Feng looked at everyone. Yu Jimin took the initiative and said, I'll take the photo. Everyone, get ready and smile. She held her camera and everyone gathered together happily. Lin Feng, Lu Jimin, Cher, and Li Mingming all have bright smiles, with the lake and mountains in the background. 3, 2, 1, laugh. Lu Jimin pressed the shutter button gently. The shutter sounded, recording the beauty of this moment. Everyone couldn't wait to see the photos, and Yu Jimin sent them to see. Awesome. Lin Feng cheered, this photo is really beautiful. Cher smiled and said, everyone's smiles are bright. This photo will become a witness of our beautiful memories. Li Mingming also sighed, this is friendship and happiness, simple and happy. After returning home, Lin Feng took out a thick diary and began to record today's travel experience. Today's spring trip was really beautiful and unforgettable. The early morning valley, the gorgeous sea of flowers, and the tranquility by the lake, these pictures make me intoxicated. He continued to record every detail and every feeling, describing the time spent with Lu Jimin, Cher, and Li Mingming, as well as the various discoveries in the valley. This trip not only made me feel the wonder of nature and the diversity of life, but also made me cherish friendship and good times more. After he finished writing this paragraph, he smiled and continued to record his feelings and expectations for the future. He wrote, sighed, and thanked. I hope there will be more times like this in the future, exploring nature, sharing laughter and excitement with friends. The next morning, the sun was shining brightly. Lin Feng opened the diary again, ready to continue recording his life and insights. Today is a new day, the sun is shining, and I hope to have more wonderful experiences. Just as he was about to write down his next plan, his cell phone rang. Ryu Jimin sent a message, do you all want to go out for another day? Lin Feng replied with a smile, of course. Yesterday was so wonderful, I might as well go there again. After a while, Shuer also joined the discussion, we can go hiking in the nearby forest. I heard that the spring there is also very charming. Li Mingming also sent a message, hiking is a good idea, you can feel the beauty of nature more deeply. Everyone quickly agreed on a plan and decided to hike to a nearby forest. Lin Feng excitedly recorded this plan. Hiking is an opportunity to experience the beauty of spring more deeply. It is also the continuation of our friendship. He recorded everyone's opinions and expectations, and felt the anticipation and excitement of the new day. As a new day begins, they can't wait to set off. While hiking, they deeply breathed in the fresh air and felt the breath of spring. The air in this forest is really fresh and pleasant. Lu Jimin sighed. Shuer also said excitedly, yes, this kind of breath makes people feel relaxed and happy. Lin Feng smiled and took a deep breath of the fragrance in the forest. Fresh air can make people feel happy, and it also makes it easier for us to enter the embrace of nature. Li Mingming echoed, the air is full of natural flavor, which makes us relax and enjoy this hike more. While hiking, they exchanged their insights on nature and life. This forest is full of life, with luxuriant flowers and plants, and small animals poke their heads out to watch from time to time. The wonder of nature lies in its diversity and harmonious coexistence. Lin Feng said. Lu Jimin nodded in agreement, yes, every life has its own unique beauty. This also makes me understand better that we should cherish life and protect this beautiful world. Gradually, they came to a steep hillside. Lin Feng pointed to the mountain and said, climb the mountain. This is also a way to get closer to nature and overlook more beautiful scenery. Shuer said excitedly, mountain climbing not only exercises our body, but also allows us to see a wider world and feel the magnificence of nature. Ryu Jimin smiled and added, yes, and the view from the top of the mountain must be very spectacular. Li Mingming patted his shoulder and said, let's go, let's challenge this mountain together and head to the top. So they started hiking up the hillside. The mountain road was rugged, but they were full of courage and energy. This kind of challenge is really exciting. Every step brings me closer to the top of the mountain. Lin Feng said. Shuer responded with a smile, yes, this is also a spiritual challenge. Every step makes us more determined and brave. From time to time they stopped to rest and admire the scenery around them. Looking at the flowers and lakes at the foot of the mountain, I feel the beauty of nature. Mountain climbing can not only see the beautiful scenery, but also make us more humble and feel the power of nature. Lu Jimin said. Li Mingming readily agreed, yes, mountain climbing allows us to feel the shock of nature, and also makes us revere and cherish the world more. Chapter 78. Rainbow Land. They exchanged ideas and worked together during the climb, and finally reached the top of the mountain. The scenery on the top of the mountain is indeed spectacular, with mountains in the distance and a vast sky. This wonderful feeling cannot be expressed in words. Lin Feng sighed. Shuer smiled and said, this is the wonder of nature. Every step has a different scene, and every climb has a different experience. After staying at the top of the mountain for a while, they began to return down the mountain. The descent is not as difficult as the climb, but it also presents unique challenges. Be more careful when going down the mountain and don't fall. Li Mingming reminded everyone. Lin Feng nodded and said, yes, you also need to concentrate when going down the mountain. You can't take it lightly. Yu Jimin looked at the scenery below the hillside and sighed, the process of going down the mountain also made me appreciate the diversity of nature more. Every place has its own unique beauty. Shuer walked briskly in front, with the guitar on her back, playing melodious melodies from time to time, like music in the valley. She said, music is my source of inspiration. No matter where I go, I can find beautiful inspiration. They continued down the mountain amid laughter and felt the diversity and beauty of life. The process of climbing and descending not only exercised their bodies, but also gave them a deeper understanding of the diversity of life and the power to keep moving forward. They continued to move forward, with a gentle breeze and drizzle along the way, and light clouds began to appear in the sky. The gentle breeze and drizzle also have its own special beauty. Lin Feng said leisurely as he watched the raindrops fall on the flowers and leaves. Yu Jimin responded softly, yes, the breeze blows on my face and the raindrops gently pat the flower petals. This feeling makes people feel peaceful and comfortable. Shuer looked up at the sky and said with a smile, the sky after the rain is always particularly clear and bright, fresh and pleasant. Li Mingming played a soft music, which seemed to be in harmony with the breeze and drizzle. He said, music can also convey the beauty of gentle breeze and drizzle, just like raindrops gently tapping the strings of a piano. They enjoyed the breeze and drizzle along the way and felt the changes and beauty of nature. The rain sprinkles on the earth, nourishing life and bringing vitality to this valley. Every natural weather has its own unique beauty, and the gentle breeze and drizzle is one of them. Lin Feng concluded. Lu Jimin suddenly stopped, pointed forward and said, there is a hillside in front, and it seems that you can overlook the scenery in the distance. Li Mingming said excitedly, then let's go there quickly, maybe we can see a more spectacular view. They quickly walked to the hillside, where they could indeed overlook the beautiful scenery of the entire valley. After the rain, the valley looks fresher, with green vegetation and ripples in the breeze. This perspective is so spectacular. Lu Jimin said excitedly. Shuer also showed a happy smile, yes, such beautiful scenery is really refreshing. Lin Feng pointed to the mountains in the distance and said, the mountains over there also look magnificent. Maybe we can go explore them next time. Li Mingming played a brisk melody and said, music, nature and friendship are really all beautiful things gathered together. Suddenly, they noticed a beautiful rainbow appearing in the sky. The rainbow rises from the other side of the mountain, beautiful and magical. The sky has given us an unexpected gift. Lin Feng exclaimed. Ryu Jimin also praised, the rainbow is always so beautiful and intoxicating. Shuer said excitedly, we may be able to go to the end of the rainbow and see the wonderful world there. Li Mingming stared at the rainbow with wide eyes and said with a smile, this journey is really full of miracles and surprises. Against the backdrop of the beauty of the rainbow, they decided to move towards the end of the rainbow. This is an adventure and an exploration of the unknown. We might be able to find the wonderful world at the end of the rainbow, who knows? Ryu Jimin said excitedly. Shuer smiled and said, maybe there is an unusual beauty there, a strange sight that we have never seen before. Lin Feng encouraged everyone, let us go forward together and explore this mysterious rainbow land. Li Mingming played a cheerful melody, as if to inspire everyone's courage. They walked along the ridge in the direction of the rainbow, and the land under their feet gradually became strange and mysterious. It feels like we are approaching the wonderful rainbow land. Lin Feng said excitedly. Ryu Jimin also looked ahead and said with a smile, maybe we will see an amazing sight. This feeling is really exciting. Suddenly, they saw a brilliant light ahead. That is the scene at the end of the rainbow, colorful and dazzling. It's so beautiful. Shuer exclaimed. Li Mingming said excitedly, let us go to this beautiful wonderland together and feel the magic at the end of the rainbow. Chapter 79. Looking for the mysterious treasure. Lin Feng felt very confused, but soon he understood that he had traveled to this ancient world. He began to work hard to adapt to this new environment and learned the ancient language and culture. During his adventure, he met many people from different backgrounds, but one woman caught his attention. She is a beautiful and noble princess, known as Li Jiahua. Lin Feng didn't know his purpose after time travel, but his life began to be intertwined with Li Jiahua. He rescued her by chance, and from then on, the relationship between the two began to develop quietly. Lin Feng's intelligence and understanding of modern knowledge made him highly valued in the court, and he became an important advisor to Li Jiahua. Lin Feng began to wonder why he traveled to this world. His suspicions were answered when he discovered a surprising secret. Li Jiahua turned out to be the princess of the dynasty and the heir to the country. This discovery puts him in a dilemma, as he struggles with his identity and feelings. Lin Feng has been in the whirlpool of power struggles, and his relationship with Li Jiahua has become more subtle, and they often can only communicate secretly in the dead of night. One night, Lin Feng and Li Jiahua were walking in the palace garden. The bright moon hangs high and the breeze blows, giving this moment a sense of tranquility. Lin Feng stared at Li Jiahua and said softly, Your Highness, I have always wanted to ask you a question. Li Jiahua's eyes flashed with alarm, but she nodded and signaled Lin Feng to continue. Lin Feng took a deep breath and said firmly, Your Highness, I am not sure if I can find the answer in this world, but I must know how I traveled here and why I became your advisor. And whether there is some fateful connection between all this. Li Jiahua pondered for a moment, and then said slowly, Lin Feng, it is not an accident that you traveled to this world and became my consultant. This involves an ancient legend about a person from the future who will appear and bring about changes and opportunity. Maybe you are the legendary person. Lin Feng frowned, thinking about this answer. He understands that he carries a great responsibility, but he also has a more personal question. Li Jiahua, I have always felt attracted to you, but does our relationship have a future? A trace of contradiction and desire flashed in Li Jiahua's eyes, and she said softly, Lin Feng, our identities and responsibilities make our relationship full of difficulties, but I can't deny that I am also attracted to you. Let's face the challenges before us, and then decide the future. One day, Li Jiahua suddenly fell into a severe cold. She was lying on the palace bed with a slight fever on her forehead. Lin Feng sat nervously beside her bed and covered her with a quilt. He asked with concern, Your Highness, what do you think? Li Jiahua's voice was weak and delicate as she said, Lin Feng, I'm so cold and uncomfortable. Can you get me some warm chicken soup? Lin Feng agreed immediately. He hurriedly left the room and went to the kitchen to prepare chicken soup. During this process, he couldn't help but sigh at Li Jiahua's squeamishness. Even though she was a princess, she had her vulnerable sides, and it was in these moments that he fell in love with her even more. When he returned to the room, Li Jiahua saw a bowl of boiling chicken soup in his hand, and a smile appeared on her face. She took the chicken soup and whispered, Thank you, Lin Feng. You are always so considerate. Lin Feng sat by the bed, held her hand, and said softly, No matter what happens, I will be by your side to take care of you, Your Highness. Gratitude flashed in Li Jiahua's eyes, she nodded slightly, and then slowly tasted the hot chicken soup. At this moment, the relationship between them is stronger. They know that no matter what the future holds, they will stick to each other and face all challenges together. The relationship between Lin Feng and Li Jiahua became deeper and deeper, and Lin Feng gradually adapted to palace life. However, this world is full of intrigues and dangers, and to survive here, they need to show boldness and courage. One day, Lin Feng and Li Jiahua were preparing to attend an important palace banquet. Li Jiahua stood in front of the mirror and frowned slightly at her clothes. She sighed softly and said, Lin Feng, I really don't know what to wear. This feast is very crucial to palace politics, and I must perform flawlessly. Lin Feng approached her and comforted her softly, Your Highness, you don't need to worry, you will always be the most beautiful. Your wisdom and charm are enough to make everyone fall in love with you. A smile appeared on Li Jiahua's face. She looked at Lin Feng gratefully and said, I feel at ease with you by my side. You can always support me at the most critical moments. After the feast began, Lin Feng and Li Jiahua shuttled among the guests, negotiating and communicating with all parties. They showed bold diplomacy and won the respect and trust of the guests. However, they also realized that in this court, the power struggle behind the scenes is more complicated than it appears. After that night, Lin Feng and Li Jiahua returned to their bedroom and sat in front of the window. Lin Feng said quietly, Your Highness, the world is full of challenges, but as long as we remain courageous, we will be able to cope with everything. Li Jiahua looked sideways at him, her eyes full of emotion and determination, and she said, Yes, Lin Feng, we will continue to work hard, no matter what happens, we will face it together. This world needs our wisdom and courage. The lives of Lin Feng and Li Jiahua are full of challenges, but there are also sweet moments. They experienced palace struggles and political crises, but they always relied on each other and weathered the difficulties together. One day, Lin Feng walked into Li Jiahua's study and found that she was flipping through an ancient history book. He asked curiously, Your Highness, what book are you reading? Li Jiahua handed the book to him and said, This is a book that records an ancient mysterious treasure. According to legend, this treasure is hidden in an unknown place, and only those with great courage can find it. Lin Feng looked at the words and maps in the book, feeling excited in his heart. He said, Your Royal Highness, if we can find this treasure, it will not only strengthen your position, but also bring great wealth and power to this country. Li Jiahua nodded and said, yes, but this mission is very dangerous, and we must be fully prepared. I believe that only you can help me complete this mission. Lin Feng and Li Jiahua began planning an adventure to explore this ancient treasure. They secretly recruited a trusted team and prepared to go to unknown places. This task will test their courage and wisdom, and will also bring their relationship closer. On the eve of leaving, they sat in the garden of the palace, and Li Jiahua said softly, Lin Feng, no matter what happens, I believe we can overcome all difficulties. I feel extremely lucky to have you by my side. Lin Feng held her hand tightly and responded firmly, Your Highness, I will always accompany you, no matter where you go. We will create our own legend together. Lin Feng and Li Jiahua have embarked on a journey to find a mysterious treasure. They traveled across mountains and rivers for several days. In this unfamiliar environment, Lin Feng also showed his versatility. One evening, they found a relatively calm resting place by the river. Li Jiahua sat tiredly on a big rock and said, Lin Feng, this adventure is really not easy. I haven't had a good meal for several days. Lin Feng understood her needs. He scanned the surroundings and found some wild fruits and vegetables. Then he began to collect wood, built a bonfire, and started preparing dinner with homemade tools. The tempting aroma of barbecue wafted over, and Li Jiahua's stomach began to growl. She couldn't help but say, Lin Feng, you are such a versatile person. I never expected to eat such delicious food in a place like this. Lin Feng handed her the barbecue with a smile and said, Your Highness, although we are in danger, we must not forget to take good care of ourselves. Eating good food can make us energetic and have more strength to move on. The two enjoyed a simple and delicious dinner beside the campfire, igniting the hope of survival. This journey is not only a treasure hunt, but also an experience of growing together. Their relationship becomes stronger in this environment because they rely on each other and support each other. When night fell, they lay in the tent and looked at the starry night sky. Lin Feng said softly, Your Highness, no matter what the future holds, we will face it together. This journey is not only for the treasure, but also for our own growth and future. Chapter 80. All the Power. Li Jiahua turned her head, her eyes full of trust and dependence, and she responded, Yes, Lin Feng, we will always be closely dependent on each other. No matter how many difficulties lie ahead, we will never give up. As their adventure continues, Lin Feng and Li Jiahua's mission becomes increasingly complex. One day, they were walking in a dense forest, and suddenly Li Jiahua felt that the jade pendant on her waist was missing. She was stunned and said anxiously, Lin Feng, my jade pendant is missing. It is an important treasure passed down to me by my father. Lin Feng immediately stopped and helped Li Jiahua search for the lost jade pendant. They shuttled back and forth in the forest, searching carefully, but the jade pendant seemed to have disappeared. Finally, they sat under the tree, and Li Jiahua burst into tears. Lin Feng put his arm around her shoulders and comforted her, Your Highness, we will find it. Don't worry too much. Maybe it fell somewhere we didn't expect. Li Jiahua bit her lip and said with a trembling voice, This jade pendant is very important to me. It is the last thing my father left to me. I can't lose it like this. Lin Feng nodded firmly and said, I understand, Your Highness Princess. We will continue to search and not let go of any possible clues. As long as we work together, we will definitely be able to recover the jade pendant. During their search, Lin Feng and Li Jiahua noticed a team of guards patrolling around them. The guards all wore dark uniforms and stood mysteriously in the distance, casting wary glances from time to time. Li Jiahua felt a little doubt, and she whispered to Lin Feng, Why are these guards following us? Do they have any unusual purpose? Lin Feng frowned slightly, and he also noticed this. He responded, Maybe they are trying to protect our safety, but we need to find out their true intentions. When night fell, they quietly set a small trap so that they could communicate with the guard team. Soon after, a guard approached quietly and whispered, Please forgive our actions. We are ordered to protect the princess secretly. Li Jiahua and Lin Feng exchanged glances, and then she asked, Who sent you to protect you? We need to know. The guard replied, Our order comes from a senior official in the palace. He is worried about your safety and specially sent us to protect you. Lin Feng's doubts gradually disappeared, and he asked, Then, why have you been following us secretly? The guard was silent for a moment, and then said, There are some people in the palace who don't want you to continue looking for the jade pendant. Our task is to ensure your safety, but we don't want to attract their attention. Li Jiahua took a deep breath and then said, "Okay, we understand. Please continue to be vigilant, but please also tell us how we will respond if there are any major threats." With the protection of the guards, Lin Feng and Li Jiahua felt relatively safe, and they continued deep into the unknown forest. However, the task of finding the jade pendant is not easy. As time passes by, their hope gradually fades. One day, when they were walking through a dense forest, Li Jiahua suddenly stopped and looked around the trees carefully. She said, "Lin Feng, I feel a strange energy. There must be something unusual around here." Lin Feng also felt the strange aura, and he nodded in agreement. "Yes, Your Highness, maybe we are closer to the jade pendant. We must continue to search." After some hard work, they finally discovered an ancient temple hidden deep in the woods. The door of the temple is engraved with ancient words, which seems to tell an ancient legend. Lin Feng and Li Jiahua decided to enter the temple to explore the secrets that might hide the jade pendant. After entering the temple, they passed through the maze-like passages and finally came to a huge temple. In the center of the temple, a jade pendant with a faint light was placed on an ancient altar. Li Jiahua said excitedly, "That's my jade pendant. It's finally found." However, when they tried to remove the jade pendant, the temple began to shake, as if to warn them. Lin Feng frowned and said, "There must be some trap or protection mechanism here. We must be careful." Lin Feng and Li Jiahua continued to move cautiously inside the temple, trying to find clues that might cause the jade pendant to fall into the trap. They walked through an ancient corridor and found that there seemed to be some kind of mechanism behind a door. There are some strange symbols carved on the door. Li Jiahua stared at the symbols and thought about their meaning. Suddenly, she said, "These symbols seem to be ancient passwords. Maybe as long as you enter the password correctly, you can open the gate of opening." Lin Feng carefully observed the symbols and then said, "Your Highness, do you have any clues that can help us find the correct password?" Li Jiahua recalled the stories and legends her father had mentioned, and then she said, "I remember my father once told me that this temple was built by a wise man, and his code must be related to wisdom." The two began to try different combinations, trying to find the correct password. Suddenly, an ancient mechanism was triggered, and the door slowly opened, revealing a dark passage. Lin Feng and Li Jiahua exchanged glances, and then decided to bravely step into the dark passage. They understand that this temple is not only full of tests, but also hides ancient mysteries, and unraveling these mysteries may be the key to recovering the jade pendant. Lin Feng and Li Jiahua continued to explore the depths of the mysterious temple and walked through the winding passages. Suddenly, they came to a huge underground cave. In the center of the cave stood a solemn stone statue, holding a huge jade pendant in his hand. Li Jiahua's eyes lit up and she said excitedly, "That's my jade pendant. I finally found it." However, just as they approached the jade pendant, the underground cave began to shake, and the stone statue's eyes suddenly glowed with blazing light. Lin Feng pulled Li Jiahua and hurriedly hid aside to avoid the direct impact of the light. Li Jiahua asked anxiously, "What's going on? How can we obtain the jade pendant?" Lin Feng observed the stone statue, and then said, "It seems that the stone statue is a kind of protective mechanism. It does not allow us to take away the jade pendant easily. We need to find a way to deal with this mechanism." Li Jiahua thought for a moment and then said, "Maybe we need to prove that we are worthy of this jade pendant. Maybe it has something to do with wisdom and courage." Lin Feng nodded, and they began to approach the stone statue cautiously. Li Jiahua recited her father's story silently in her heart, trying to understand the secrets of the temple and the jade pendant. At the same time, Lin Feng is ready to deal with any emergencies. When they approached the jade pendant again, the stone statue's eyes began to shine, but this time, the light did not hit them. On the contrary, the jade pendant slowly floated up and suspended in the air. Li Jiahua stretched out her hand and carefully caught the jade pendant. The eyes of the stone statues stopped shining, as if recognizing their wisdom and courage. Li Jiahua held the jade pendant tightly and said with emotion, "Finally, my jade pendant is back in my hands. All this is due to our wisdom and determination." Lin Feng smiled and said, "Your Highness, you deserve this. Now, we can leave this temple and return to a safe place." Lin Feng and Li Jiahua left the mysterious temple, and the jade pendant returned safely to Li Jiahua's hands. They were back in the open air, the sun shining down on them as if celebrating their victory. Li Jiahua said happily, "Lin Feng, we finally found my jade pendant. All this is due to your wisdom and courage. Lin Feng responded humbly, Your Highness, this is the result of our joint efforts. Now, let us return to the palace as soon as possible and hand this jade pendant to your father. However, just as they were about to leave, a mysterious stranger suddenly appeared in front of them. The stranger's face was obscured by a black mask, making his identity unclear. He smiled mockingly and said, It's easy to solve the problem, isn't it? Unfortunately, you shouldn't leave here so easily. Li Jiahua asked warily, Who are you? Why are you stopping us from leaving? The stranger did not explain, but suddenly launched a surprising attack. His movements were swift and cunning, forcing Lin Feng and Li Jiahua into a desperate situation. Lin Feng rose up to resist, but the stranger's strength seemed to be extraordinary, putting them in trouble. Li Jiahua tried her best to protect her jade pendant and said firmly, We can't lose to him. We must protect the jade pendant. The stranger's attacks became more and more fierce. Lin Feng and Li Jiahua tried their best to avoid his attacks, but still could not escape his pursuit. Suddenly, the stranger took out a small hidden weapon, aimed at Li Jiahua's arm, and quickly threw it. The hidden weapon came quickly and stabbed Li Jiahua's arm in an instant, causing a cry of severe pain. Her arm began to bleed, but she still held the jade pendant tightly and refused to let go. Lin Feng saw her injured, anger burning in his chest. He decided to fight back with all his strength and not let this stranger continue to hurt them. He deftly launched a series of attacks in an attempt to subdue the opponent. The stranger did not show weakness and started a fierce confrontation with Lin Feng. Their figures intertwined in the sunshine, with high morale. However, Li Jiahua's injury distracted Lin Feng. He must end the battle as soon as possible and send her to a safe place. Li Jiahua said firmly to Lin Feng, Lin Feng, don't worry about me, keep fighting. We can't let him succeed. Lin Feng nodded, determined to complete the task. He concentrated all his strength and finally defeated the stranger in an attack, forcing him to retreat. When the stranger disappeared into the distance, Lin Feng quickly walked to Li Jiahua to check her injuries. Although her arm was seriously injured, she still endured the pain. Lin Feng said eagerly, Your Highness, we must find a safe place to treat your injuries. Then, we can move on and leave this dangerous place. Li Jiahua nodded and responded firmly, Yes, let us continue to move forward. No matter how big the difficulties are ahead, we will overcome them together. Their adventure continues, and the pain does not make them give up, but strengthens their determination. They will find a safe place to treat Li Jiahua's injuries, and then set off again to face unknown challenges.